Hey guys, time for another Mystery Fifth Hour. If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you give us that thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel. So many of you just watch and never subscribe. We really appreciate you subscribing and giving us that thumbs up. And make sure you set your alerts so you always know when we're live or when we drop things like this on YouTube. Great news too, the Mystery Fifth Hour has a new sponsor. McCurry. It's McCurry Van and Car Rentals. They've got everything you're looking for in the passenger vans and the SUVs and the trucks. They're hard to find right now, but not at McCurry. And they make it easy to rent, helping you get in and out fast. They've got locations in Athens, Muscle Shoals, Huntsville, and in Coleman on 2nd Avenue Northwest. Call and reserve your rental today, 256-559-1003. That's 256-559-1003 or McCurryRentals.com. That's McCurry Rentals. The trucks, the SUVs, the passenger vans, you find them at McCurry Rentals, McCurryRentals.com or 256-559-1003. Now time for the Mystery Fifth Hour.
Welcome into a new edition of the Mystery Fifth Hour. Lance Taylor, Rockstar Sean Henniger, that is Ryan Brown, I'm Jim Dunaway. We're going to sit back, have a drink and a conversation about a couple of things that are not sports related, as we always do here in the Mystery Fifth Hour. And it's brought to you by
McCurry Rentals. Listen, if you've tried to rent a vehicle, a truck, an SUV, a van, it is a headache right now. McCurry Rentals takes that headache away. Van and car rental, they've got the trucks, the SUVs, passenger vans. It's so easy. They help you get in and out fast. Locations in Athens, Muscle Shoals, Huntsville, Coleman on 2nd Avenue Northwest. Here's what you do. You call them and reserve your rental today, 256-559-1003. That's 256-559-1003 or McCurryRentals.com. That is McCurryRentals.com.
Yeah, you know, every band at some point, musical artist probably is in a band, rock star, going from show to show, and that gets us to a conversation about concerts. First concert, worst concerts, the conversation we're going to start with. That's the LT topic today. What made you think of this?
I really don't know, but I'll tell you,
bourbon?
This is going to date me because you and I share the first concert.
Oh,
We did.
wow.
Yeah,
The
so-
Temptations?
Beethoven?
Dick. Date him, don't date me. No, this goes back. So I was 5 years old. I was a huge Kiss fan growing up. And so the Destroyer Tour came to the BJCC in 1977, Detroit Rock City. And Beth and all your favorites.
Yep.
I don't remember much about the show. I still remember a little bit, which is crazy because it was so long ago. But that was my first show ever, and you were there.
Yep.
And I'm sure you complained about it.
Yeah, it was my first concert ever as well, and I remember some little kid walking past me. I said, "Why is he leaving right here in the middle of the concert?" It was young LT that was leaving.
Probably was.
We didn't know each other then, but my first album was Barry Manilow, but the concert that I went to was Kiss, and what a show! I mean, the fire and the music and the bad acoustics and
Wasn't
the
that the first time you
BJCC.
had Budweiser?
I think it was probably the first time I got drunk.
It was a big day for you.
Yeah,
It
really.
was.
Seriously.
It was.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what else I did that night.
Go ahead.
But
Indoor
it was,
plumbing?
But it was Kiss. Kiss was
First
my
time you'd ever gone to the bathroom
Yeah.
inside?
Oh my God, what is this?
Oh, it flushes?
Wow, we don't have to kick
Speaking
it
of
outside.
sound,
Yeah. So Kiss for us. Let's go Brown next. What was your first one?
I
Johnny Paycheck?
kicked this around. No,
Richard Marx.
No, it's not
wow.
Richard Marx. I would like to have seen Richard Marx back in the day. I mean, he was hot for a minute.
If you like long hair.
Gadsden used to have this thing called Riverfest. They would close the road right there by the river, and I went a number of years. And I'm having a difficult time remembering, but I'm almost certain, oddly, Little River Band
That's what I was going to say. I remember
on
them being
Riverfest.
on, yeah.
Do you really remember
yeah.
that?
What was
Little
Little-
River Band? I think they're out of Australia.
Yeah, what was their big hit?
They had one big hit.
Didn't they have a couple? Was one of them A Long Way Home? Nope.
No.
that's the, you're thinking of Long Way Home.
Little River Band had
Is,
like Bo Diddley was there. Do you remember Bo Diddley, like
Yeah.
the blues guitarist?
He
He was
did the
there.
commercial with Bo Jackson.
That's right.
Yeah.
You don't know Diddley.
You don't know Diddley.
Their number one song is Reminiscing,
Who? Little River Band.
and then Lonesome Loser.
Lonesome Loser. That's the one I was thinking of.
remember
Yeah.
that one.
If I remember them
So
doing
bad.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was the first because Riverfest was
so 80s.
Yeah, it was a festival, so it was whoever hit the stage first, and I think it was Little River Band. I think they opened for, and Bo Diddley came on and did second, and then Alabama was there.
Shoes optional, right?
Oh yeah, it was Gadsden. I've seen Alabama numerous times, but I think that was the first time I saw Alabama. They always put on a good show. I liked Alabama, but
Yeah,
Little
I
River.
saw Alabama a few times at June Jam.
Yeah.
And we're
fun
getting
back
to our worst concert.
Oh, yes.
We've discussed first concerts before. We wanted to get it out to set the table for the worst. What was your first concert?
I was in 6th grade. I don't know if y'all have never noticed, I have a little anxiety issue around crowds and stuff. So my dad thought it'd be a good idea to take me for my first concert to the Rolling Stones at Legion Field.
Right. I mean, that's a heck of a first concert,
You
though.
think so?
Rolling Stones,
They
yeah.
really just ease you in there because
Yeah.
I don't like a lot of loud sounds. I had never
Right.
been. We were on the field. They had all these chairs set up on the field. I would say we were probably on the 75 yards away from the stage, and knew the Rolling Stones. Counting Crows opened up for them, which I was super excited about. So when Mr. Jones had just started making noise on the charts, and had a panic attack, had to use the facilities at Legion Field.
Oh, but those are nice.
During the Counting Crows set was the point where I was just like crying, and
Did you have to poop in a trough?
Never had been around marijuana smoke, never been around drunk people. I never saw a drunk person, so I remember this one guy in glasses. There's a security, like event staff guy with his arms crossed, and during like jumping jack flash or something like that, the guy kept pointing to the staff guy, like just hammered and just like jumping jack flash.
And it wasn't LT doing that.
I want to get out of here. And I just remember that was my first concert experience.
So not a positive one.
No, and then
So is that your first and worst? Could it be a combo?
Oh.
well, I could do worst with performance wise, and
Oh, let's do both. Let's do your worst
and
performance.
y'all have heard my widespread panic story.
I don't really remember it.
The
though.
I don't either.
Yeah.
The concert. Okay, well, I was in 10th grade. I just got my license.
So this is the worst concert you've attended.
No, not the worst. This is just a bad experience at
Okay.
a concert, or an interesting experience at a concert. So how I would have approached this, how you would approach this if it happened to you. My dad's law firm had this little box at the Oak Mountain Amphitheater, and I was dating Hope at the time. She was a freshman, I was a sophomore, and I was like 2 months into my license or something like that. So we go to the box, and it is packed. It was widespread panic, just packed with people bouncing up and down, and we're just sitting there. And this is the first time I'd gone to a concert alone that wasn't being dropped off by my parents.
Yeah.
That I had my car, and a guy comes up to me and says, "Hey man, if I give you a $50 bill, can you let me and my crew stand in your box, because we're huge fans of Widespread?" I was like, "I don't care." So I took his money, and what's so funny?
I just
You know what's coming.
I don't.
Yeah, you do. So he said, so we're sitting there.
Oh, I do know this.
2 songs in, I'm going like, I feel bad. Like we're gonna leave in a minute. So I give him his $50. Like, hey man, you can stay in the box. Like, I don't want to take your money. And he looked at me and he was like, dude, thank you so much. You just did me the biggest favor. And he looked, he goes, do you want my girlfriend to do you a favor? And she looked at me and she kind of like, and I just looked at her, I was like, no, I'm good. I'm good. He's like, well, if you want to, we're at the Days Inn room 107 or something like that. You need to come out with us after the show. And I was like, I'm a 16-year-old.
And in hindsight, scale of 1 to 10, give her an.
It was a fun night. We went to the hotel.
No.
How attractive was the woman?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Scale
I
of
think
1 to 10.
She was wearing a Baja. Lance, if you remember
What is a Baja?
It's
Oh, is it that big?
It's
like a poncho.
Yeah, like a
Like
poncho.
a rug?
yeah.
Yeah, like she was in a Clint Eastwood movie.
Yeah.
So number
High
of
Plains
showers she'd had the 7 previous days.
She had a little bit of a dreadlocks going on.
Oh no!
Oh, wow.
So she was wearing.
So
Yeah.
She had patchouli on.
Yeah.
So you just took the handsy, right?
yeah, okay.
So give me a number.
me
You
a
just
A 1
described
to
her.
10,
1
how
to 10.
attractive was she?
I would give her
Have you ever
a
been to
solid 4.4.
Solid 4.4
You ever been to
probably.
a Widespread
Baja.
concert?
I have not. Yeah, I knew that. So I figured. I remember.
Most of the girls there don't shave their toes.
Yeah. So,
Most of them. Not, you don't want to
78%?
complete box.
Around
did
around
she-
the room, do y'all need the shaver too?
Did she have a scent? Did she have a scent to her?
No, she was too. She was probably from me to Dunaway, and like
Yeah.
I was closer to the guy.
She did. She smelled like opportunity.
Yeah. Very marijuana-esque.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But just-
patchouli. It had patchouli on it.
So we got out of there. I was like, "You ready to go? Let's go."
Was that
home."
at Oak Mountain?
Yep.
My parents one time.
That's when they had the lawn still.
Yeah, my parents one time were coming back from the beach and they were supposed to come by our house. And I'm not a big Widespread guy. And apparently a lot of people go to those concerts, and 65 was shut down right there at that exit. And they're coming back from the beach and they were supposed to be at our house at whatever time it was. And my mom calls and says, "We're going to be late." And I said, why? She goes, we've gotten in traffic at this concert. It's some worldwide chaos concert. What are you talking about?
Like a billow of smoke coming from the stage.
That is the Baptist answer right there. Worldwide chaos.
The last time I went to a widespread show, I got offered morphine. No shit.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Were you in pain?
I did not, no.
Did you have a protruding bone?
Like they were selling like
fracture I didn't know
It's
about?
like he was on
Dude,
battle.
an IV. ALT.
He's on a World War II battlefield.
It's not helium. What did they carry around in the tank? The gas.
Nitrous?
Yeah, so they were selling. Somebody had a tank selling nitrous, and somebody else was selling morphine. I mean, it was just.
Yeah.
And then people were asking for tickets. I'm like, you have free tickets?
Widespread's a different world, isn't
It
it?
is.
Yeah.
This could get me to my worst concert.
Is this the Birmingham race course?
So we were going to do vocals and experience.
Yeah.
Okay.
So experience, the worst. I mean, it was a great day. We started at Applebee's at Old Brookwood Mall.
As any great day starts.
Well, yeah, of course. It was a Friday afternoon. It was June 1991. My buddy Wade Welch, Chief, was with us, my ex-wife, and a girl named Rachel Belazik. And we all went to the parking lot. Everybody was tailgating out in the two-tier parking lot of the Birmingham Race Course. We were out there in the sun drinking all day. And Axl Rose ended up driving by in a not a golf cart, a dune buggy. And it was Skid Row opening for Guns N' Roses. So we get there, but the entire infield is full of like horse shit and mud. Mm-hmm. And so ex-wife, then girlfriend Bethany gets one of her migraine headaches. So she's like in tons of pain.
So y'all leave? No, we don't leave.
No, we don't leave. But,
No, I knew that.
But I'd gotten a little too drunk. I decided to tackle her in that horse shit.
Yeah.
And so we're
As
covered
one
head
does.
to toe.
Yep.
So then it was time to leave. My buddy Heath ran somebody over that night.
Yep.
He was in the goddamn way.
My best Air Jordans I ever had, I left them outside because then my parents were living in an apartment. They were building a house. I left them outside the apartment because they had horse shit all over them. And the trash had come that next day or whatever and took them and threw them away. Or somebody stole them. I don't think somebody stole them. No, I think somebody probably with horse shit on them probably threw them away. So that was worst experience. Worst, like going to a concert and just absolutely hating it. I went to meet this chick that was going to Swanee. She called me. This is back before cell phones. She called me. She said, hey, me and my friends are going to be in Nashville at the Fish concert.
Hell yeah.
So I was like, road trip. So me and some dudes went up there, never ran into her because there was no cell phones. Mm-hmm. It was just walking the venue.
That's right. Good luck.
And I was the only person not on drugs in the entire venue.
Was that the worst vocals, though?
Oh, my God. It was
Awful.
it was one long song.
I thought they just played. It was just a jam band, right?
Yeah.
Oh, but I don't understand it. I remember something about my friend. He's got a knife.
Yeah.
And everybody's doing this.
They have one song, Jump Around the Room or something, right?
Bouncing around the room.
It would have been worth it if I could have run across her, but I
Bouncing.
didn't. I never saw her again.
So my worst one was when I was a kid growing up in Anniston. There was a military base there, Fort McClellan, and not every, but a lot of Independence Days, they would bring bands in this big, like one of the big fields, and they would do an outdoor concert. And I cannot remember who the opener was, but the middle was supposed to be Three Dog Night. And the last group was going to be Kansas, which is so random because you were playing Kansas on your phone earlier for some reason.
Point of no return, man.
Point of no return. So we didn't have anything else to do, so we go to the concert. Well, Three Dog Night.
Could you even see the lead singer? I think he was like 80 pounds, wasn't he?
What, for Three Dog Night?
Yeah, he did nothing but
I have
heroin.
no idea.
I mean,
He's
he ended
behind
up,
that stick.
I
he ended
couldn't
up
tell you
dying.
one song Three Dog Night sings.
Jambalaya.
Yeah.
Huh?
No.
Shambhala.
Shambhala.
No, don't they also do...
Jeremiah was a bullfrog.
Yeah,
that.
that. I thought that was Herman's Hermits or something.
That's,
Anyway.
Mrs. Brown, you have a lovely daughter.
Yeah,
Turtles.
so Three Dog Night, their keyboard somehow either broke or didn't get to the concert venue in time, and they refused to go on. And Kansas had to go on instead of them. And I'm like,
They trashed Three
who
Dog
does
Night.
Three Dog Night think they are? Like, Kansas comes on and does a great
Was
show.
this
I
in
mean,
Three Dog Nights behind the music?
I've never seen it.
We lost our keyboard.
So then Three Dog Night comes on and they get booed afterwards, and the guy gets all pissy about it. But I mean, like, who do you think you are that you're like, you can't play Kansas's keyboard? You're Three Dog Night.
Have you gotten to the point in Black Jacket if they don't shine your shoes?
Yes,
Are you like, I'm not coming out?
That's required. Well, that's another thing. We were in Pensacola doing Fleetwood Mac's Rumors, and there is across the Sanger Theater is a taco joint. I think it's like Chaotic Tacos or something like that.
Oh, good name.
Really good cheese dip and everything. So we're on our own for dinner, I just walked. Everybody walked.
Wait,
across
you
the-
didn't eat that before you went on stage, did you?
Let me finish.
Brown's mom would call that worldwide chaos
Yes.
tacos.
Yes.
I know what's
So-
coming here.
No, you don't. So it was the show was up at 8 o'clock at 8:05 or something like that. We had a meeting at 7:55, be in places at 7:58, and so I went across the street and got 2 grilled chicken soft tacos and some cheese dip, and they were taking forever. They were swamped, and I'm like, God, it's already 7:15. Like I got to be ready. I'm like, I already have don't have my jacket or anything, but I got to wait, and they give me that to go to, and I go to the dressing room, and everybody's getting dressed. So I'm getting dressed and eating, like stuffing my face. And not a good idea. So we have our meeting, and I'm going like during the meeting, I'm going,
Oh, that's a terrible
I knew what
feeling.
was coming.
so the first song is me. It's called Secondhand News, and it's one of the most difficult songs for me to sing on the whole album because it is, if you've ever heard it, it's really cheesy. It's stuff like that. And it's very high pitched at the end of the song. So we get on the stage, and I start the song off with my guitar. I start the show off, and I close my eyes for the first verse because I'm thinking, I'm going to puke.
Oh no.
And then so in my head, I'm sweating and I'm getting chills playing, I'm on autopilot.
So is it puke only, or you think it
like
could?
it's gonna puke.
You could.
Yeah, it's
you
gonna,
weren't
like-
thinking either side. It's
No,
just,
it's
okay.
puke because I'm like,
Yeah.
I keep.
Yeah, that's a bad
burping-
feeling 'cause it's like
burping
right
inside,
here.
I
Yeah.
taste the food.
Oh, so disgusting.
And so I close my eyes and go into autopilot, and I'm thinking, just get through this song. And I was like, well, if the concept of Black Jacket Symphony is you're listening to the album live, no talking. What happens if I blow chunks?
Mm-hmm.
And this is in my head while I'm on autopilot. So Sean's singing over here, but then in my head I'm thinking, okay, what if I just take the guitar and I just throw up? And what do? Do I just take the guitar off and just dismiss myself?
The chick from Pitch Perfect never recovered.
That's right. She did not. They all slip around in it. Oh.
So we continue with the show? And so I'm thinking the whole time. Then I finally get through the song, and then I back off because the next song is Dreams, which is a Stevie Nicks song. So I only sing harmony on it. So I'm back in that. When that song starts, about midway through, I'm like, okay, I think I'm going to be okay. I think I'm going to be okay. But I don't never panic so much to have that much of an anxiety.
Oh.
I'm about to throw up in
Awful.
front of
Disgusting.
2,000 people
Oh,
at the theater.
so embarrassing.
So that was my worst performance experience.
Well, my worst, and I've told you guys this before over the years, was Louisville Jimmy Buffett concert. I'd gone to Jimmy Buffett while I lived in Lexington, in Cincinnati, and one of my friend's wife had hit on me there, so that was not a great experience.
She was the wife at the time, your friend's wife?
Yeah.
She drank tequila all day.
Yeah, she'd been drinking all day, margaritas.
But you like the husband better, so that was the thing.
Well, he's my golf buddy.
Did you dress up like all the hokey Jimmy Buffett people do?
They
Pair of
did.
heads.
They did. So I played along. So I don't do Jimmy Buffett anymore after the state of Kentucky. So we go to Louisville, and I'm dating this girl. I'm single at the time. So we go to the concert, and one of us is being the biggest bitch in the world all day long, and
And the other one was
and
the
she
girl.
wasn't in a good
Yeah.
mood either. I was in one of my moods, and it just wasn't going well. And it was her and 2 of her friends and me, and I was being a little bitchy, to be honest with you. I thought the relationship had come near an end anyway, so we end up breaking up
So why not go down in flames, right?
early in the concert. So we're there, and as she has moved over to the other side of her friend group, where her other friend is now standing next to me in our standing seat area at Old Cardinal Stadium.
Hey, all's fair in love and war.
Well, I always thought she was I thought she, of the group, I was not dating the most attractive girl.
She was the alpha.
I was dating, the friend was the most attractive
right.
one. So on the way home, obviously, the girl that drove, and then my now ex-girlfriend was in the front seat. I'm in the back with now the more attractive one, and we end up hooking up in the back seat on the drive home.
This is your worst concert experience.
Yeah, but no, the girl was yelling at me the entire time, mean things the whole concert. So it was not a comfortable.
What was she
experience.
thinking when you were hooking up at the back seat?
Well, we had a blanket, well-placed blanket.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
Well-placed blanket.
yeah. I mean, it wasn't like all the way, but
No, I mean, I
did
get,
you
or
do
you
quotes,
didn't even,
though?
you didn't even kiss her.
yeah. No, we kissed. Yeah. She bitched at me when we were kissing,
Yeah.
but that was not a comfortable experience.
So what, did you ever
Was
go
the-
out with the friend again?
I think we went out one more time, and then that was it.
Was the third base coach throwing up the stop sign? Let's don't round second sign. Let's just take that
that
double.
night or the next night?
No, I don't care.
Oh, my.
Yeah, the second night, no.
Can we
But
take the long way home?
Little River Band?
No, that is
Super Tramp.
Super
Yeah,
Tramp.
Supertramp.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Take the long way home.
Hey,
I thought you were
the
going full circle.
Mystery Fifth Hour is presented by McCurry They can rent you those vans, the trucks, the SUVs, the passenger vans. They make it easy to do, in and out fast there. Locations in Athens, Muscle Shoals, Huntsville, and Coleman, 2nd Avenue Northwest. Reserve yours today by calling 256-559-1003. That's 256-559-1003 or McCurryRentals.com. That is McCurryRentals.com.
What a great service that is. by
Yeah,
the way,
man.
Especially when you know how chaotic that whole industry is now,
pain.
being able to get that with a great group there that you trust. Our final topic today on the Mystery Fifth Hour, we're the next round, guys. Remember, like and subscribe, is brought to us by Brown, and it's something that I'm not always self-aware of, but I just told you I was being the biggest B at
Yeah.
the concert, me and 3 girls, and I was the biggest B in the group. So sometimes I do have some self-awareness.
Well, we all have quirks, and I'm curious if there's a personal quirk that you have that you're aware you have. Now, Rockstar observes them all, so he can tell us all of our personal quirks.
But I will tell you that just the other day up here, I have one of my snack bars is a Rice Krispie Crunch thing with some pretzels in it.
Yeah.
And I walked back and I was eating it while listening to Tyler and Rockstar talk, and I was trying to hang out with those guys.
Trying to. We didn't
And then about the second bite as I'm eating it, I realized that I'm making a bunch of crunching noise eating
Yep.
it.
You and Lance are loud eaters.
Yep,
And so
you're
I
right.
walked back out knowing that that was going to bother
See,
me.
I always
if
thought
stayed
you
there.
were really loud. Again, I'm not self-aware of me being a loud eater.
Yeah.
But like I can tell that you're really
Well,
loud.
the other
I'm
day
just-
you had one of those adult Lunchables, and Rockstar will tell you. No, it was yesterday.
I tried to go in there.
No, you did, but it was during the Nick Saban news conference, and you were eating it, and I walked in and said, I'm just going to hang in here and listen to the news conference. It was really crunchy crackers.
No, I know.
They
It's
were
it's
super
what I had today.
Hey, but we have to eat. I mean,
Yeah.
the
Well,
industry
you
are, we
can't
have to
eat.
eat fast.
Well, he asked the question. I'm not
And you're a
saying-
loud drinker too. You gulp.
I enjoy life.
Maybe we should
I'm
point
allowed-
out others' quirks. So that might be the most interesting one.
I'm allowed everything, LT. I
See, I thought you were talking about like quirks. Like I'm an OCD guy. Like
Yeah, that's what I was talking
So
about.
like if I throw something in the trash and I miss it, like I've got to immediately pick it up or something bad will happen.
Interesting.
That's
like,
superstitious.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's kind of OCD too.
Yeah.
Like I've got to like, if I walk by and something's kind of halfway hanging off a coat hanger, if I don't put it back, like I've got to do that.
Yeah, that is a little OCD, but yeah,
and
that
then
is quirky.
And then quirky, I put lotion on my feet. But I want
Like all the time? Do you do that year round?
No, I do it about twice a week.
What's wrong with that, though?
No, I just want to keep them soft. I want to die with soft feet.
I don't
want to put that on a shirt.
I don't think God's going to judge you by that, but
You know, some people around
Clean
this,
underwear and soft feet.
That's right.
some
Where I wanna
people
go.
around this facility don't really abide by that either.
About what?
About having soft feet.
How do you know this?
It's just something that you notice.
Like you see
Open-
people's feet?
A lot of open-toed shoes.
Yeah.
Lunsford doesn't wear open-toe shoes.
And it's a little ashy?
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
All right, mine is.
I've never worn open-toe shoes, and mine are soft. I'll throw them out right now.
And now that we. Well, yeah,
Pull
prove
it
to
out.
me.
here's where I put
Young
out.
Reed was at a bar with me one time, and I was talking to a couple of his girlfriends about it, and they didn't believe it. I pulled it out, and they were like, "Damn, your feet are soft."
Your feet, yeah.
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 Keep saying, yeah.
Impressive thump, though. Should point out, this is a good time in the history of my foot fetish, as we'll talked about on the show. I do not like guys' feet at all.
You should point that out. That's
Only
correct.
good women's feet.
Good
Right,
brothers.
right. I got this weird quirk, and now that we're on video, I guarantee you people have noticed it because my mom has pointed it out, my wife has pointed it out. And I don't like clothes touching me, so I am constantly. Have you noticed this about me, Rockstar?
Yeah.
I constantly pull my
Yes.
shirt. I don't know what it is. Like
Go shirtless.
Yeah, I don't want to go shirtless, but I know the clothes are touching me right now, but sometimes they just touch me in a weird, and I have to straighten it out.
So do you sleep shirtless every night?
I do. In fact, yeah.
You need to prove that. We need a picture.
No, I mean, I do. But it's a weird thing. Like, I am constantly, and I'll catch myself doing it. Like,
So you didn't
I constantly do that right there.
You'd enjoy a really tight shirt. So
No, I hate tight shirts. Yeah. I mean, I probably don't have the physique to wear them anyway, but I just hate clothes touching me. I like baggy clothes. Like our shirts here, I wear an XL. I go double X's in all our t-shirts just because I want them a little baggier. And it's probably a
Interesting.
bad look, but I hate clothes touching me.
But don't you think if you wore the size that fits you, that it would fit you to where it wasn't a bothersome touch,
Yeah.
that it would be?
Any touch is a bothersome touch.
Yeah.
See,
If it fits, then you really can't feel it. It's almost like a skin at that point.
No, it's touching me.
Speaking
Yeah,
of
I feel it.
clothes,
By the
like
way, that was one of my quirks where I always try to solve your problems and give you the
You are
correct
good
answer.
at that. Yeah, another Dunaway quirk too is he likes to finish sentences. You'll say like,
Oh, there it is. Let's don't do me next because my list is too long.
I was gonna say clothes though. Like I don't like being barefoot in my house. I have to wear socks.
I
then
do the same thing.
I can't sleep in socks.
I
I
love
have to take
being
my
barefoot.
socks off before I
but
go to
you-
bed.
but-
I love being barefoot in your house.
wow.
no,
If I go barefoot to the mailbox, I am 1,000% going to step on something. That's another thing. Like going
Yeah,
to the
but if you
mailbox. I have
walk
to-
out and you step in something wet in the sock, you're like,
Oh, no. You can't do that. But I'm just saying like an acorn or a rock or something. I always step on something if I go to the mailbox barefoot. So I always have to put shoes on to go to the mailbox.
I love being barefoot.
I hate being barefoot.
Barefoot in the house.
I don't like my
barefoot in
feet
the yard,
feeling dirty.
barefoot
Yeah.
everywhere.
And my wife keeps the house clean, so I don't want
have
to.
you ever noticed this on like on TV shows or film? Like somebody laying in a bed because they do so many takes, their feet are black.
I hate it.
Yeah. And it shows you how
Oh, that's
disgusting
a terrible
it is.
feeling.
Oh, I never see that.
Yeah, just
In
watch
movies?
next time.
It
Yeah.
freaked me out. My daughter, my oldest daughter, took dance for years as a kid. And one of the first dance studios, the main dance lady walked around barefoot. And her feet always looked like grocery store feet. And it was so disgusting. And she just didn't care. Like she was constantly barefoot. And now my youngest one takes Taekwondo with Master Scarcella. And you know, they have to walk around
Master
barefoot. isn't it?
Scarcella?
Yeah,
Yes,
I've
sir.
heard about him.
Master Scarcella. He's a stud. He'll whip you.
Does he watch Cobra Kai?
Huh? I don't know. I'll ask him.
AK's dance teacher or LT softer feet, you think?
Oh, LTE, definitely softer feet. Yeah, you walk around barefoot a lot, it's gonna get them feet gritty, man.
What's a quirk you realize you have?
I do a lot. I've noticed it so much that I've stopped doing it because I remember at the old job, whenever I called a guest, I would always rub my head.
I've seen you do that.
And it's a script. It
Yeah.
is almost like the same thing every time. Like it's not that I'm nervous or anything. It's just a quirk. And I'll notice like also when you're on the phone, you always pace. You can't sit on the phone with somebody and just sit.
no.
So it's just
No.
walking around.
Yeah, I do
just
that.
Pacing in your house and everything. I do that all the time. But mine, I don't really.
So are you more passive aggressive now than me?
He
Or-
pulled a super passive aggressive move yesterday, and I
Awesome.
pointed it out because it was directed at you, and I was like, "Boy, you're going passive aggressive at Dunaway."
Yeah. Well, is this emailing me this?
Yeah, that was 100%.
That's
And
why
I was like, "That's such a
why-
Dunaway move."
That's why I've come in and personally apologized to everyone in the
Make
company
it as awkward as possible.
today.
Yeah.
I didn't get one.
Yeah.
No, he sent it to the
I
group.
apologize to you.
Oh,
Yeah.
he did. I heard him do it this morning. You kind of blew it off, honestly.
I walked back in and I
did.
said, "Hey, I'm sorry we didn't record the mystery fifth hour yesterday because I got emailed the schedule last night from Rockstar."
The Rockstar in a super passive aggressive move.
I learned from the best, man.
What
Yeah,
did he
and
put on
two
there?
Dunaway.
Mondays?
Huh?
No, it's
got
the
it in the
schedule of everything. Yeah.
But he sent it for Dunaway's benefit. And I'm like, Dunaway's the most passive aggressive person I have ever met, and you're being super passive aggressive to him.
Did you block off his golf every day?
Yeah.
It's like he's a TNR show in that calendar. Swing.
It's okay.
Swing.
I've enjoyed you being here one of the 3 football Fridays so far. Maybe you'll be here this Friday.
Remember when you missed 3 weeks because you had COVID?
At a vacation.
Yeah. My throat hurts.
Yeah, I have too many to list. Too many to list. I am very passive aggressive. The one that's probably is at the top of my list right now.
This is the one you watch porn in the dark, right? Only.
Yeah.
Why would you
Could
watch it in the dark?
Could you see in the room last night? No. I feel like I'm on the outside of a group all the time now. This is like very new to me. I feel like I'm always on the outside of the group. Like I always feel like.
Hey, this isn't paranoia, by the
No,
way.
Yeah.
no,
You really
but
are on the
it's so
outside.
funny
Yeah,
because
that's what I swear. I was
No.
talking to Walls about this the other day.
it's so funny because we were at dinner the other night.
Yeah,
we were
exactly.
talking about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So.
Why wasn't he there? Because we were all there.
Yep.
That is weird.
We got
Send me-
it's a
send me an
different
email.
thread. We got 2 different.
Yeah, it was
text
the
threads.
text thread.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was a good dinner.
So I mean, it's a new thing.
I think the text thread's called Dick Free.
I would unsubscribe from that
So
quick.
Reed's not in that one either.
All right, that does it for the Mystery Fifth Hour. Thank you to McCurry Rentals. If you need a car, van, truck, McCurry can take care of you. Van and car rentals. The trucks, the SUVs, the passenger vans, They make it super easy to rent. They get you in and out fast. Athens, Muscle Shoals, Huntsville, Coleman on 2nd Avenue Northwest. Call and reserve your rental today, 256-559-1003. That's 256-559-1003 or online, McCurryrentals.com.